guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm here with Hannah and I'm here with Morgan from the Paul and Morgan Show, and today we're going to be answering some questions. I went over on my Instagram and I told you guys that I would have these girls on here, but you guys asked me some faith related questions. We're going to go through some of them and hopefully give you guys some answers. Alright, so the first question is going to be, do you have any non-believer friends? I feel like they're bad influences, but I care for them.
Very interesting.
Like, I don't think I have friends. First of all, let's start there. Like, hold on.
Like, of course, be friends, be friendly with people who are not walking with the Lord. Like, that's what we're called to do,
Exactly.
is be examples.
Yeah.
But also, when you look at Jesus on earth, who did he like surround his, like, who was his group that he went to when he left serving others, when he left the prostitutes and the tax guys? Like, he went back and he had a solid group of friends that were walking with the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
That were walking with him.
Exactly.
It's just super important to make sure that, like, your closest friends that are pouring into you regularly are godly people.
Like, bouncing off what Morgan said, if you study like more of the biblical history, I guess, the disciples like never went alone. They always went in groups or pairs when they were going to minister to somebody. Because I think it's so easy for somebody to drag you down rather than for you to pick them up. Yeah, obviously, like, I have people that I would consider friends that aren't saved.
Yeah.
I just won't hang out with them a lot. I mean, meeting them for coffee or something like that, I don't think is a big deal.
Yes.
Especially, like, you can pour into them.
Yep.
You can be a witness and a light to them. But I think if you're hanging out with them, it's going to be easy to fall into the things they're doing.
Exactly.
Let's say if they're drinking or partying or whatever it is.
Exactly. Okay, next question is, how do you spend your prayer time and what are some tips to stay consistent? I feel like a lot of people are like, I need to work and I need to do all these things and then I'll do, you know, my prayer, I'll spend time with God. What you need to do is put God first and then do all the other things around that. No one else is going to do that for you. You need to make that time, and that's where it becomes difficult because you get lazy, you get distracted, you want to go do all these other stuff. Maybe also get some friends that you can like study the Bible with that will help you kind of stay accountable.
I know for me personally, like, I know that when I wake up, if I don't immediately go to reading the Word, having my prayer time, journaling, whatnot, if that's not the first thing that I do in the morning, like even before breakfast, like, then I won't do it for the rest of the day because I just get way too distracted and I start working and blah, 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 things get busy, whatever, and then at night I'm too tired.
Right.
So I have to make sure that it's the first thing that I do when I wake up. And I'm not perfect at it, but again, it's just getting into a routine and it becoming just a priority, a number one priority.
Exactly. Disciplining yourself, really.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you try to fit God in your schedule, then it's not going to work out. You're going to get busy, distracted, you're going to be doing other things. Like Morgan said, spending time with God first thing in the morning, like the Bible says, seek first the kingdom of God. And I think God will honor that. I'm not saying you have to do this, but I think honestly the best thing to do is reading scripture in the morning and then also reading at night before you go to bed. Just so your mind is like constantly being renewed by the word.
The tips for new Christians who are the only Christians in the house, full of Christian haters. Oh, I did not mean to read that word. Christian haters. She said, please help, exclamation mark.
Oh, that's so sad.
So basically a tip for someone that's probably like the only one that's saved in their family or that lives in a household that, you know, is not saved and stuff.
Christian haters.
Christian haters, I mean, please help.
Obviously family is really important and you want to like honor your parents, you want to honor your family, you want that connection. Something that I've learned since getting married is that family, like, I have a solid family, like my mom, dad, brothers, sisters, etc., and Paul's side as well. Like, they're all awesome.
Yeah.
But something I've realized is that family can also be like just really solid friends. It can be your church.
Right.
It can just be
Come on.
people
That's
who
true.
are willing to pour into your life and love you and encourage you and walk down this path with you. So, like, don't be afraid to step away from your family, your blood, to find those people that are going to do that for you.
100%.
That's so important. I mean, Jesus himself, like, someone came to Jesus and said, Jesus, your brother and mother are out there.
Oh, I love that you're bringing this up. Yeah, that's good.
He said, these are my brothers and sisters right here that I'm sitting with. And so I think he was just making it very clear of, like, your family, your brothers and sisters are the people who are going to come alongside you and lift you up in Christ and walk with you daily.
So I personally didn't grow up in a non-Christian household. I can't speak from experience, but I can say that, you know, it's important that you are being a witness to them and you are loving them just like Christ loves them. But I do have unsaved family members, and I just know that through the years we've just kind of set the example. Like, they know we don't cuss, they know that we don't like get drunk, they know we don't do certain things. So like at parties, you know, they're like, oh, you know,
Yeah, they love to make fun of it.
yeah. And just bringing up the Lord, not constantly like just shoving it in their face, but just bringing up the Lord in certain situations and not being ashamed of your faith, because, you know, God should be number one in your life, and if he is, you're going to be talking about him. And it's going to come up in conversation. So I would just say just to be bold and don't be afraid, like, if it comes up in conversation, to talk about it and to share your faith with your family members.
We kind of talked about this before we got on here, but we were saying how a lot of people have a misinterpretation of who God is and Jesus in general. And if they get to see you, you know, living that walk, just being kind to them, loving to them, understanding, not shoving things in their face, not being rude in the way that you are correcting them, they're really gonna get to see the love of Christ through you. So yeah, that's how you really, if you want them to know God, then show them what he's done through you.
Please hold while we take
I keep looking. I'm pretty sure I've looked at us like this the entire time instead of the camera, so sorry guys.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. I'm like, you guys know. Okay, next question is, how did y'all take the first step to go to church? I like how I said y'all. I mean, she said y'all.
Y'all.
I said it how it is.
That's a Kentucky thing, okay, y'all?
Just go to church, start getting yourself involved in small groups, and don't get scared. Like, literally just throw yourself in there. There's gonna be people that are so, like, a lot of people are really excited that there's new people coming in, so they'll help you out. If you need like a youth group or anything like that, go make friends.
It was a bad idea for me to have caffeine.
Would it be wrong for me to attend my BFF's wedding? He's gay. Attending is approving, right?
Oh boy, it's so crazy. I feel like you could go to like 20 churches and ask each pastor, and you would possibly get a different answer from each one.
Right. Yeah.
I think there are some believers who think, you know, I'm gonna go to this wedding. It's not because I'm supporting what they're doing, but it's because I want them to know that I still love them. Even though they're living in sin, even though I do not agree with them, I still fully love them. And I want them to see that. I want them to be able to look back on their, you know, happiest day of their life, supposedly, and know that, like, oh, my mom and dad were there. Even though they didn't approve of it, they still came, and, like, that's a big deal. So I get that side, and I also get the side of being like, I cannot go to this wedding because it is fully going to show, it's going to show support. And that's more where I stand, is like, I don't think that I personally could go to my best friend's wedding. My cousin actually just got married. She married another she. I would not have been able to go to that wedding because I just would have felt like me going is just showing my support.
Exactly. Yeah, because you know what God has said about marriage, and that it has to be between a man and a woman, and it's like, for us to show up there and kind of like agree with it and pretend that what they're doing is okay, it's like, no, I wouldn't feel comfortable honestly giving that image out. Like, yes, I love you and I care for you, but I'm not gonna go and attend.
It's not an easy decision for someone who is walking with the Lord. And like, I've talked to several people, like parents who have gay children, who have decided to get married to their partner, and they have said, we cannot come to your wedding. Like, you know that we have raised you, we have loved you, we have poured our lives out for you, we have laid our lives down for you, but we cannot come to this wedding.
Exactly.
And like, that's heartbreaking for not just absolutely for the kid, but for the parents as well, because parents love them. Like,
exactly.
Just because you decide not to attend somebody's wedding doesn't mean that you hate them.
Or I agree.
It does not mean that at all.
Yeah. And don't expect them to like understand really. Like hopefully they're aware that that was probably an outcome. But if they're not and they like give you, you know, like a hard time over it or whatever, it's like, hey, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, like I am a believer before I'm your friend. You know, I have these things that I agree with that are biblical, and I just can't bend that just because, you know.
Yeah, we get so concerned about being good friends, being good parents, being good whatever, when it's like the first thing we have to do is be a good daughter or son to God.
Yep.
Like that's our main thing. Being obedient to him and his will. I want to say I do believe that the Lord could give the okay to someone or to a parent or even a friend or whatever to go to that wedding and be and I've come along in my thinking of this because I used to very much be like, no, you do not go to that wedding. And that's still more the side that I lean on. But I do believe there are rare circumstances where the Lord could just like really speak to that parent and be like, no, get to that wedding. And you stand there and you tell, like, you be the example of God and what a true marriage looks like or whatever.
And the last question is how to not be scared of being judged when making videos about God. Come on. So we all make videos here, so we all have something to say about it.
Just do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. And just do it.
If you're afraid of what people are gonna say, you will never accomplish anything in your life. Videos, marriage, kids, the food you decide to eat, like literally anything you do in life, someone is going to have an opinion.
Yes. We live in like offended generation.
We do. It's so crazy. And so you just have to decide if the Lord has put this mission on your heart to make videos, to speak out, to do whatever it is, then you do it. Like, Paul and I get hate every single day of our lives now. We receive at least like 20 messages or comments, like if not many more, that are just so hateful and so against what we're doing. And it's just like, it doesn't bother us as much anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, it will still hurt every now and then because we're not perfect, and like being told you suck like hurts sometimes.
For sure.
But it doesn't hurt as much anymore because we just fully believe and know that the Lord has called us to this. And like we're doing the Lord's will, and that's the most important thing that you can be doing is the Lord's will.
And I'll be honest, like they've gotten to me before, but the question I've had to ask myself, and the question like you gotta ask yourself, is Christ your life? Like, are you sold out to Jesus or are you sold out to Jesus? Because if Christ is your life, I mean, the Bible literally says you will be hated by all men for my name's sake, but he that endures to the end shall be saved. So it's like, you know, it's expected because we're going against the grain, we're going against, like she was saying, culture. So you just got to be like bold and be like, you know what, I was created for a purpose, I was created to serve God, and I'm just gonna do this no matter what people are gonna say about me.
One thing that I've learned in the past 3 years of doing YouTube is that the hate comments, a lot of times they hurt your pride.
Oh, come on.
My pride has been literally crushed into pieces, which is a good thing. And I'm just like praising the Lord while weeping of like the pain that it has caused me, and being like, why did that comment hurt my feelings? It's because oh, they don't agree with what I think. Oh, they think what I said was stupid. They think I'm not smart. They tell me my laugh is blah blah. Like I got offended and my pride was hurt, and it's just like that does not need to exist. So you're gonna die to your pride, I'll tell you that.
That's a good thing.
Honestly, it's just so much, like there's a lot of benefit that comes out of it as well. Like sure, you're gonna get hate, but don't stop for that. There's also a lot of people that have messaged us and it's like, hey, that video really touched me. Like that video was something that I needed to hear that. It wasn't easy hearing it, but I really needed to hear that, and it helped me out, and it's made me want to like get back in my word again. So there's a lot of benefits. The enemy's only trying to make you focused on like, hey, you're gonna get hate. Hey, people are gonna agree with you and disagree with you. But listen to God, because there's people that are gonna agree with you. There's gonna be people that wanna like know more, you know? So don't just stop there. Look at like the good part about it. When God starts giving you this identity and the purpose that he wants you to do with this channel, it's gonna be so much bigger than that. You're gonna start seeing those hate comments. It's like they're gonna just roll right past you, because they're not important. You see the bigger picture and you know what God has promised to do with you through that channel. Okay, you guys, so thank you so much for the people that sent in the questions, and we're hopefully going to be having more collabs soon. So I really would appreciate if you guys go over to Hannah and Morgan's channel and subscribe, please. Let them know that I sent you there. I also made another video with Hannah just now. We had a Q&A as well, so we have more questions that we answered over there. I have it all linked down below. So we'll see you guys in our next videos. Bye. Bye.